I'm so excited to be here. This weekend is going to be amazing. We have Gabrielle and Brian Boucher just here to lead us, and they're so experienced. And I'm really looking forward to finding my purpose and vision. This is going to be a weekend full of clarity and defining my future. I'm really excited.
Well, I'm really excited to meet new people. I'm not entirely sure what this weekend entails, but one thing I know is that anything that is put together by two good friends of mine, it's going to be a good thing. So I can't wait to see what I learn, how we grow, and the new friends I make.
I feel a little hesitant. I'm not quite sure what this weekend will prepare me for. I have done a lot of self-reflection prior to this, but I am definitely excited nonetheless to not only share my story, but hear from other peers, new and old friends.
Think back right now, like think about the day that you had that you felt so fulfilled. At the end of the day, you laid down and you're like, that was incredible. I felt so fulfilled, and it could have been, when you were with Garrett, right? Like when you close your eyes, you're like, I gave it my heart. Like I did everything I wanted to do today, and I felt so alive. Like what were you thinking? What were you feeling? And it's probably a mixture of giving back, being recognized, feeling important, but also too, there's that value. And that's what we want to help you guys think through is what's that value that you're bringing to the market, because that's where a career comes from, is when you bring that value, because people will pay for value, they'll pay for transformation.
Think about the next 1 to 3 years of your life. Think about it in the context of your gifts, your skills, and your passion. And this is a word we throw around a lot. I think sometimes it's thrown around too much and it's used too loosely. But for me, just so we all have a common definition, for me, passion is that kind of thing that either wakes you up in the middle of the night because you're so fired up about it, or it's that thing that keeps you up at night. Passion sometimes it's not always driven from a positive experience, right? In fact, if you don't create problems in your life, you're probably not growing, right? If you're not creating that cognitive feeling of being stuck and having to process something and determine what you have in terms of skills and gifts, then you're probably not thinking deeply enough.
So we just finished our session where I got to share a little bit about why I'm here, what was on my heart when I walked through the doors, and just kind of where I'm at in life. And wow, it was way more profound than I was even expecting. So just for myself personally right now, I have an amazing career. I live in DC. It's a very high impact city center. I work with a lot of leaders, but I was feeling really capped. I've been feeling a bit capped in some ways, not quite sure which way to turn, where to go from here. Feeling like I have a lot of potential, but I'm not really sure what to do with it, how to utilize it, and how to best serve people around me. And it was a really profound discussion with the group and with Gabrielle and Brian just leading the way. I realized in many ways I've just been waiting. It's like I've been in a waiting room and waiting for somebody to call me into the next step and, to open that door wide for me. And I think I realized that what's been placed inside of me is my gifts and my responsibility to steward. So it's actually, even though that sounds like a challenge, and it is, it's actually, I think that key that I was waiting for, that actually I don't need to wait for people to open that door for me, that I have the keys that I need and I can just walk right through. I think also just sitting down and thinking through our goals, thinking through our vision for life, thinking through, what's unique inside of us really gave me some fuel for what the next few years should and can look like. I really feel like more is possible than I ever could have imagined. So yeah, I'm excited.
And it was sad not having our dad around, and it was fantastic now looking back, appreciating the woman that my mom was in keeping our family together. And if we'd not moved to the United States, I don't know what would become of me had we stayed in Costa Rica. So where I was homeless, kind of like what you were saying earlier today, I remember thinking, all right, what food can I buy that has the most amount of carbs and nutrients so that I can not be hungry for today and be able to still have something for tomorrow. And I remember my parents were like, just come home. And there was this pride in me. I said this was going to be my home, my permanent home. And I said that on the campaign trail, and I've said it to other people. I'm not leaving Colorado. And I tried to stay, and it didn't work out. One morning I wake up and my car's gone. It was repossessed. And it was crazy because all I had in that car was my suitcase, which had all my clothes because everything else was in storage. And 2 days later, I went back home to California.
Like, growing up, I just never believed that. And as an adult, I mean, I've knocked those narratives out of my life, and I know that he's wrong, and I know that's not how God sees me, and I know that that there is so much within me, you know, inner beauty, outer beauty, all of it, you know, in all of us. And so I was never really, you know, my parents pushed me hard to do well, but they were never the, like, you can do anything, you know, if you put your mind to it. Like, they never spoke those, like, words of encouragement. And for me, when I got those, it was from teachers, it was from a guest speaker, it was from, you know, someone just randomly giving me one word. And for me, that was everything. And so if I could be that, because I know how much I needed it and how much of an impact it made, it would be really beautiful to be that. So.
Your parents made an amazing woman, even if they didn't intend to. Your father actually produced greatness and didn't intend to. You are passionate, you are beautiful, you are smart, and you're amazing. And you're going to be all three of those things to a man who loves you. And there's no one more qualified to do what you do. Never met anybody more qualified to do what you do. So, and I'm honored to know you this weekend. And you're loved.
Oh man.
We're all very people will not want to call themselves an expert because they're like, how could I call myself the best person at this in the entire world? It's like, well, that's not what I'm asking you to do. Is I'm just asking you to think about what you're uniquely gifted in and what your expertise is in. You don't call yourself an expert for yourself. You call yourself an expert for other people.
Less ums, less us. Look me right in the eye and say it with confidence.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, all right. I'm an expert in using history and stories to inspire others to want to change this country.
Stella.
And care.
Stella.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I just met you at a cocktail mixer. I'm a little tipsy, but I really care about what you said. And I want to know, what's your name and what do you do?
I'm Vincian Gupsey, and I am an expert on statistical sports analysis.
Better, one more time.
I'm Vincian Gupsey, and I'm an expert on statistical sports analysis.
Stella.
Awesome. Love it.
I'm an expert in helping aspiring leaders communicate with intention on a mass scale.
Time, keep going.
I'm Matt Maynard, and I'm an expert in transformational problem solving. We'll get it. One more time.
Yep, one more time.
I'm Matt Maynard, and I'm an expert in transformational problem solving.
Nice.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, so I'm talking to you.
You're talking to me.
My name's Alexandra. I'm an expert in ethical fashion and corporate social responsibility.
So I'm talking about.
Love it. Great.
Very
Go on.
authoritative. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go with what you said, maybe.
Oh, let's do it. Come on.
Okay, my name is Grace Johnson, and I am an expert in creating moments that lead to movements.
Love it.
Ooh, I like that.
All right, my name is Paulo Sabaha. I'm an expert in representative storytelling, which is basically the personification of companies, large and small, to improve their relations with different communities.
Love it.
I'm Mary David, and I am an expert in bringing creative awareness to social justice issues.
Nice. Awesome.
See, I think it's like this discovery mission by which you discover your specific gifts, skills, and passion. You put that together in a package of purpose, and then you go seek to find the audience that was supposed to be matched up with.
So the question of what to do from here, you know, when we walk out those doors, we're all going back into our own lives, kind of picking up where we left off. But I actually feel like I'm on a completely different footing at this point. I have goals, I have a strategy for how to achieve them, I have a time frame that I'm looking at to achieve those goals within. I am stretching myself much further than I thought I could go.
I think one story that I definitely left with here is just that I need to stop underestimating myself. I think for a long time, because you followed such a specific course in your life, you are ingrained in that sort of lifestyle and protocol. And leaving here this weekend has truly shown me that just because you picked one path in your journey doesn't mean it has to continue that way. And it's only up to you. And I think sharing my story with my friends, now new and old, they really reassured me that despite any shortcomings that I have gone through or I will go through, it does not change the fact that my journey is mine and mine alone. And it's only up to me that I make that purpose my purpose.
It's been really hard to figure out exactly which direction I wanted to move in, and talking through my story and going back to some painful experiences that I hadn't really directly related to what I wanted to do just really clarified for me and gave me the strength to feel brave and feel proud of next steps that I want to take. I'm scared and I'm nervous, but I feel brave. I feel so much more ready to take on next steps than I ever have.